Good morning, everybody. We continue our month-long campaign, Tampa Bay's Food for Families. So far, we have talked about Thomas Mance is here, President and CEO of Feeding Tampa Bay. We've talked about the need. We've talked about its effects on learning and children when they don't get enough food. But you said that there's something more involved, the social connections that don't happen. Explain that.
You know, everybody gathers around food. The kitchen table, the dinner table is a place where families grew up around. We often refer to the cookbook as the Bible of the kitchen, right? This is the place where all of us were drawn together. And when food insecure families get together, they don't have the same access to food. They don't have the same connection point. And so we see culturally, people start to lose a connection to who they are, to their history, and to a sense of who they are as a family.
So for the person watching who has a heart of ice and says, so what, why is that important? There is a reason why that is important.
Well, so much of what we do socially, what binds us together, happens around food. So imagine you're a college-age kid and you can't go out for a pizza and a beer because you can't afford that. Imagine if you're a grandmother who wants to pass along a recipe to a young child that's been in your family for years and years, but you don't have the ingredients to do that. These are moments that draw us all together. Everybody that you know has a food memory that says, this is something that I recall as foundational and fundamental to myself, my family, and the relationships that are important to me.
You gave me some homework over the weekend, and I certainly did that. Take a look. I have a picture of Shay Ryan. I have a picture of Laura Harris and a picture of me. And so we said that what's our favorite memory and what would happen if we didn't have that food. For me, it's definitely the yellow rice and chicken. Every time my mom made the yellow rice and chicken, I knew something special was happening. For Shay, that's a picture of her making Jell-O at 7 years old, and her first, where she started cooking for everybody. And for Laura Harris, she said it was all about the candy. There she is, her first birthday, diving into the candy bowl even before the cake. And so you talked about, well, that's great, but what if you can't really provide that in a consistent manner?
Right. What happens to people who are food insecure is there's a tremendous isolation. We see it in teenagers in high school feel isolated. We see it in seniors who are isolated from their community because they don't have the same access to food that all of us do. And I think it's important to remember that this isolation becomes as emotionally and mentally difficult as the food itself. And so, you know, the good news is the opposite is true. If we bring people together around a table, around a meal, then some incredibly positive things can happen for our families.
It's not about the eating, it's about what happens around the eating.
It's about all of it, yes.
Well, I don't want to end the segment without telling you what our morning team said. Greg said anything Polish is his favorite memory of food. For James, it's Christmas cookies that his mom would make. And for Miss Dia, it is sweet potato pie.
Mine would be a bowl of cereal. The amount of bowls of cereal I've consumed in my life is probably incalculable, but that's a food that brings me warmth and comfort and peace, which is something all of us want.
Thank you for helping us feed Tampa Bay's families.
We're thrilled to be partnering with you, Lisette.
For more information on our campaign the entire month of June, please visit us online at abcactionnews.com/food.
Closed